Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us. Do us a huge favor, smash that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Benny, where can they find us on social media?
Yeah, you can find us at Ray Benny Sports. We're on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Check us out also on Reddit and Discord. And don't forget, leave us a rating on your favorite podcast provider.
And shout out to our sponsor, Fahrenheit Airbrushing. Stand out on the ice, pavement, field, or in the stands with a custom airbrushed helmet, goalie mask, or any type of project. A local Manitoba business with affordable solutions. Check out Fahrenheit Airbrushing on Facebook or call them at 204 891 7431.
And don't forget to tell them that Ray and Benny sent you.
Let's look back at the Bomber home opener against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Use one sentence to describe the Bomber loss to Hamilton. I'll go first. The defense was straight ass. They could not stop Bo Levi Mitchell for the life of them. Like, it looked like a defensive playbook from the preseason still. They gave life to a running game that was ineffective the week before against Montreal, and they gained 170 plus yards against the Bombers. Last season, the Bombers were the best in the league at stopping teams on second down at 43%. And they also led the league in 2-and-outs at 35%. The Ticats went 59% on second down conversions. That is way too high. Last week, I mentioned that the Bombers were giving up touchdowns in the red zone and that this week, they had to hold Hamilton to, at the worst, field goal attempts. Last season, the Bombers allowed the least amount of red zone touchdowns with 25. The team scored, they were effective. Now the Ticats go 3 for 3 in the red zone for touchdowns, 100%. That has got to be better. Like, the clear sign of what the game was going to be was when the Ticats had a 2nd and 15 from the Bomber 19-yard line in the second quarter, and Bo Levi Mitchell runs for 15 yards in the red zone. Like, I
Yeah.
can do anything but throw my arms in the air in frustration. Like, and for me, it comes down to the Bomber D-line looking suspect. Couldn't stop the running game, couldn't get to Bo Levi Mitchell. He wasn't even concerned about the Bomber D-line all game. He was looking downfield all day because he wasn't worried about being touched. And play action worked like a charm. It was disastrous. And of course, the secondary, there's concerns there too. But this is horrible. We've said it many
Yeah.
times. The game is won and lost in the trenches, and it was lost in the trenches big time this game. So the defense, just straight ass.
Yeah, and in that play, that 2nd and 15 run from Bo Levi Mitchell was like he should not be running for 15 yards and getting a first down. Not at his age. The guy's never been quick. He's never been that kind of guy. So I don't know where the Bomber D was on that one, but I agree with you on that sense. To me, the Bombers, they just got humbled. They got humbled in their home opener and were a step behind all night. And that showed on that 2nd and 15. Like you say, no pass rush. DBs were getting beat. Jonathan Moxey got beat twice, big time by Clercius. Dietrich Nichols ended up getting beat as well. It's just a lot, right? And then you're looking at it going, okay, no pass rush. DBs can't make a stop. Whereas Jake's Resna those 3 sacks from the night before or the week before, and you look at that going, okay, you got Jake's Resna and you got Willie Jefferson, but the other 2 guys got to be able to perform as well. And if a defense is focusing on Willie Jefferson and Jake's Resna, the other 2 guys on the D line have to step up or we be able to make a play. I mean, you look at it, James Water, I know got at least 1 sack this weekend. They let him go. But yeah, this defense last year, your stats, right? A lot of bending, but they didn't break. They didn't give
Yeah.
up the touchdowns. They made the stops. This year, they're having a struggle there, and Hamilton made them look bad at home. Just looking at it again, though, a shutout for the Bomber D in the third quarter again. So they come out better in that second half to start at least. Didn't end up well in the fourth quarter, but they make some adjustments and play a little bit better. But a lot of times when they're getting a stop, it's Hamilton's offense that is stopping themselves, and especially that first drive, Hamilton. I think there was a drop on that one that stopped that drive. So yeah, this D has got to pick it up, and they got to figure things out.
Yeah, Jordan Younger is not looking good right now. Bomber fans, what are your thoughts? What's one sentence you use to describe this Winnipeg Blue Bomber performance? Please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. What's your panic level on a scale of 1 to 10 after this Hamilton loss? Loss to Hamilton, I should say.
You know, I'm not going to go too crazy here because, again, we got a little bit too high in week one. Now we're low in week two. I'm going to go with a 4 right now because, again, it's only week two. Things can change. You know, and they do have a very good core still, right? And you're hoping that they can turn things around. But again, it's a defense that has to pick it back up. We got to limit those mistakes too. Zach Floros's interception late in that first half wasn't a very good throw there too. When you almost kind of saw that you have to score every time you have the ball to keep up because Hamilton looked very good in that second quarter. So yeah, to me, I'm not panicking yet because we still got a long season to go, but we'll see what happens after the bye.
Yeah, I'm going with the same number. I'm going to go 4. Usually I say 2 or 3 with this team because it's still early, a veteran core. But there was a real, again, this is going to be a theme for me this episode. No pushback by the D line. I'm very concerned beyond Jefferson and Serezna. Like, yeah, they had Vaughters. I think Serezna is more than capable replacement of Vaughters. It's the middle again that we were pining about last year. No supporting cast. 3 tackles combined for Jefferson and Serezna. If that happens, we're screwed. No sacks. Tony Jones got the only sack of the day. Speaking of Tony Jones, why isn't he playing middle linebacker? I'm not understanding that. You're getting torched by the running game. Is it because of Cam Allen, Reddick Cramdy, that kind of dynamic? What I don't understand what is going on there. Why isn't Tony Jones playing middle linebacker?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me at all. It's kind of, I was in the stands, so kind of hard to tell where he was playing throughout the night, but that does not make sense that he would. I mean, that's his position.
Second week in a row now. Second week in a row. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something in on the posts online, or maybe this was explained during the preseason, but I'm not understanding that when Tony Jones had such a good season in the middle, and they're struggling right now against the run.
Oh yeah, I mean they've given up almost 250 yards after 2 weeks, right?
I'm not getting it.
The one big thing, well, we kind of didn't even talk about. This game was at home, right?
Yeah.
So that is an advantage for this defense. We were making noise. I mean, it was loud in there. I lost my voice by the next day, but yeah, it didn't seem to help at all. Like Hamilton weren't phased by it at all.
It's ridiculous. And the play calling by Younger, like why Bo Levi Mitchell on fire, carving defenses up from week 1, and you call a cover 0 with no safety, blitzing 7 guys on that touchdown that they scored where Bo Levi just waited and passed it to the middle of the field. What kind of play calling is that?
Yeah, they definitely need to pick it up here.
These are still 20-yard deep end zones. They haven't changed the rules yet.
No, yeah.
Oy, oy, oy. Bonner fans, what's your panic level on that? It sounds like I'm at a 10 right now, but I'm not.
Exactly. Yeah. You might
don't mix up the frustration on that one. Remember, they even had a play where they had them stuck at the 53. It was 2nd and 9, and again they call a cover 0 where they force Nichols to play on the inside because he has no safety, and then the guy Keandre Smith is wide open for more than enough. Like, you can't expect Dietrich Nichols to cover 25-yard wide island by himself. Come on.
And that was
2nd and 9.
One of the things we talked about earlier is the blitz package, right? I mean, to me, even going back to last year, their blitzes do not get through a lot, and I don't have enough stats to say, hey, how many blitzes do the Bombers do that work compared to, say, Montreal? But to me, when I watched a lot of Bomber football, I don't see those blitzes getting through half the time, or more than half the time. Sorry. So yeah, something needs to change there also. But
why would they get through when they're never hidden? They're never hidden.
That's the thing. You show that you're rushing 7, and that's it. There's nothing, no disguise, nothing coming out of that.
Give me a break. Ooh, then what is more concerning? The Bombers giving up 455 yards, or the Bombers only getting 49 yards rushing? Giving up 455 yards, 171 of those being on the ground is a big issue. The Bombers' offense was still able to move the ball up and down the field. Yes, a lot of passing, but you want to balance attack. But who cares if you can't stop the other team from scoring? Who cares if you can't get them off the field and you have your offense on the sideline? That defense is the biggest issue.
Yeah, I agree with you. Giving up 455. I mean, some games are just going to struggle to run the ball, but at the same time, they got behind in that second half, which I think took them away from running as much as possible. But you do need to get this ball into Brady Oliver's hands. But again, offense, besides that one interception by Zach, the offense really is not the issue at this point, right? But yeah, poor defensive effort all around. We've already said this quite a few times. When you're giving up 455 yards, that's your problem right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Bomber fans, what's your concern? The 455 or the 49 yards rushing?
Okay, one more thing. Okay, you talk about the rushing yards and the 174. Putting Trey Ford in that game at the end there on that last drive or last Hamilton drive and him running for 22. It's like, are you not ready for that? Like, were you not ready? Like, he's in the game. What is he going to do?
Yeah.
Like he didn't throw a ball. They're not risking it. He's not going to throw a ball.
No.
He's either going to hand it off or he's going to run. And you weren't ready for that, and you let him go for 22 yards when you needed a stop because they still had a chance.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the Bombers had a chance to tie this game, but Hamilton ended up kicking another field goal at the end there and put it away.
Unbelievable. Just the situational awareness.
Yeah, it's bad all around, right? And you can say, hey, younger this, younger that, but the guys need to be ready on this field as well for this kind of stuff. So.
Well, at the same time, you play what the coordinator calls. You have your responsibilities.
You do, but again, they're not making the plays either on these things. So
horrible.
You need somebody to step up and make.
You got to put your players in the right position here.
You know what I'd love for the CFL is if something you can watch a game, you can watch a replay, but you don't have those angles. With the NFL stuff, you can pay for stuff to watch different angles. I'd love to be able to see kind of stuff. I know I'm not going to be able to figure out what the play call was and stuff like that, but you can kind of take a look from a higher angle and kind of see what's going on a little bit. That'd be nice if the CFL incorporated some kind of system like that where you can. I know you probably have to pay for it, but something that we can watch.
Straightforward. Which position group are you most concerned about?
I got to go with the defensive line right now. We talked about this. No pressure really on that quarter on Bo Levi Mitchell. The secondary, like you say, Dietrich Nichols had a long way to cover on some of these guys. I'd love to see the secondary step up and make plays here and there. But yeah, again, you're not winning very many football games if you can't get pressure.
It's D-line. I will add what I have to say about the D-line in this next question. So no need to. Oh, my camera went all fuzzy. It doesn't matter because I'm ready to hit this next question. What's the number one adjustment? Okay, fine. Hold on. Wait a second here. Let me just fix this and unplug and plug again. And we'll figure this out. Here we go. That was entertaining.
We needed the Simpsons or the Krusty the Clown show technical difficulties guy.
Right? And what's the number one adjustment you're making as head coach? I'm hopefully your Canadian center is ready to go. I don't know how long he's out for. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility he's coming back? Because they really need to start a Canadian elsewhere and maybe bring in an American to play defensive tackle. Because it's getting ridiculous. The lack of pressure, the lack of setting a wall in the running game in that middle of the line again. Like, they have 4 American receivers on their practice squad and 0 American defensive tackles. Like, they got to find someone to bring in and get ready. Because, ever since they haven't had Woods and Adams, it's been a little abysmal in the middle of the line there. Michael Fletcher got a game, I think it was his first CFL game against Hamilton. So maybe he might blossom into something, but they need to bring in more people. The UFL's done. Maybe there's someone there. There's lots of tape. I don't know. Just find someone.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to take a look at this D. And we need to get pressure on the quarterback. You need to get pressure on the quarterback. And so either him and Younger got to come up with some kind of plan to figure that out. And if you can't just possibly bring someone in, they're not going to. Well, they have a bye. This would be a great time to actually bring someone in this week or have some workouts and find that guy, right?
Yes.
And if you can't, you're going to have to figure out with what you have and start manufacturing some more pressure and hide it a little bit better, right? Especially if your front four is not winning these battles, you can't continue to do the same thing. So
No.
there needs to be some changes there, and O'Shea has to have a hard look at some of these. And yes, we could say, oh, it's week 2, it's week 2, you got lots of season to go. Yes, but if the same thing's happening in week 14 and all of a sudden now you're struggling to be in the playoffs, there's an issue there, right?
Yeah, maybe they really do gotta look at put Tony Jones back in the middle. That
Well, that would be the start.
boggles
Really.
my mind.
That would be the
Get
first thing.
that. Get that. Bombers, what Bomber fans, what is the number one adjustment you'd make as head coach? Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you could steal one player from any other CFL team to add on to the Bombers, who would it be?
Well, if we're talking about D-line,
We are talking about D-line. That should be the title of the show. Ray and Benny talk D-line.
Yeah. Everything starts with the D-line. Let's go get Matthew Betts. You know what? Elite pass rusher. It'd be huge on that D-line. I don't know how that would work with all 3 of those guys, but I'm sure you could figure something out. But yeah, I would definitely go that way.
Surprise, surprise. I'm going to go D-line too, but I'm going to go with the middle of the D-line. And I'm going to bring in another, you could pick the BC line. I'm going to pick a BC line despite the fact that their defense isn't that good either.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take current Lion and former Blue Bomber Casey Sales. Dude at 290 pounds holds the wall in the middle. The past 3 seasons, he's missed, 1 game per season? He's a run stopper. He takes on 2 blockers frequently. And like I said, he holds a line. And that's what the Bombers need big time right now. So I'm going to go with Casey. And he knows. He's been here. And fans love that dude. He is great. Sad when he left to Hamilton. It was Hamilton, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they had Bombers, again, a great D-line, great rotation there going on in the winning years, right? In the Grey Cup years. And they slowly let that deteriorate.
Should the Bombers be concerned about age catching up? Should Bomber fans be concerned about age catching up with the team? Is that what I said? It don't matter.
Supposed to.
I'm going to say no. It's still too early in the season to be concerned with age. They don't look slow. They just look like they're in poor positions every single play on defense. And offense, they look pretty good. I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, you can go somewhat on this one. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I'm not at that because it's still, again, it's week 2. So age shouldn't really be a factor unless, guys are right slow out there. Then that's different, right? But it is something to keep an eye on it as we go along here and see. If the Bombers continually have trouble making stops on D, it'll be a good question to say, hey, we thought the moves they were making were great, and keeping certain guys were great, right?
Yeah.
And maybe those moves don't end up being great once the season progresses here. But yeah, right now, week 2 again. Let's see some of these guys give them an opportunity to get their legs under them and go. And you know what is it? Usually offenses are raring to go. And look, right now, defenses in the CFL as a whole has not been there really for the first 2 weeks of the season, right?
No.
All these games have been freaking fantastic for the most part, and they've come down to the wire. But defensively, they've been a bit of a shit show all around. So we'll see what happens here as the season goes on.
400-yard passing games everywhere.
Exactly. Chad Kelly just came back from a year off of not doing nothing through 400, didn't he? Davis Alexander had almost 450. Trevor Harris is 102 years old through for 400. So, it's just going.
Zach Claros.
Zach Claros, yeah. He's 101. So,
jeez, crazy. Bomber fans, are you concerned about the age of the team? And don't forget, smash the subscribe button. Help the channel grow. Get the word out. Let's do some CFL quick shots. Who is the Grey Cup favorite today?
I'm giving it to Saskatchewan. Montreal close second because they look really good. Montreal has 2 close games, but they've looked good for those 2 games, and Davis Alexander looks good. But Saskatchewan just came in And we've been kind of giving them flack that they're not going to be as good. But, defending champions, they look good on offense again. Defense made stops when they needed to. And Trevor Harris, if he can stay healthy, it started off the season wicked. So right now, unfortunately, I got to say Saskatchewan.
What happened to the quick shot 3-sentence rule at the most? What,
I don't know.
What happened with that? That's why they're called quick shots. Come on now. Who is a Grey Cup favorite today? I'm going to go with the Montreal Alouettes. They have a chip on their shoulder and they have a killer's instinct right now. They go for wins aggressively. Who will be the first head coach on the hot seat? I'm going to say Dave Dickinson. If he starts 0-4 especially, Argos are the only gimme on their schedule until Labor Day. And if they go like losing right now, he's going to be in the hot seat.
I agree. There are a lot of new coaches, so they're going to get chances. It's either him or going to be Michael Shea, right? So I'll give it to Dickinson.
No, Michael Shea. He's set in stone for a while. Which CFL QB are you taking with one drive to win the game?
Trevor Harris, going back to it because he just showed they needed a touchdown to win that game. He took them downfield and did it.
I'm going Bo Levi Mitchell at this point. He has a composure. He's carving up defenses. He's playing like he's pissed that he didn't win the MLP for 2 years in a row now. Which CFL player would make the best wrestling villain or heel for the hardcore marks? For me, it's Chad Kelly. Not just based on what's happened off the field, but he just has that face, and he just got 445 for 3 touchdowns coming back.
I think Chad Kelly already is a villain heel, is he not?
That's why he'd make the best one.
I'm going to go Davis Alexander. The guy is undefeated so far in the regular season. Let's put that out there. Somewhat cocky. I know he may not be, but he shows it on the field. He's confident, and I think he would know how to work a crowd that was booing him and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be fun to watch him out there.
CFL fans, what are your quick shot answers to these questions? Try and keep them at 3 sentences, please. Benny, what do you have to say to our friends?
You know what? Thanks a lot for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and the Bombers are off this week, so go Canada, go.
World Cup schmocker. And in the words of Ed Whalen, in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Ray and Benny Talk Sports.
Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.